Hey guys, today has been a really rough day. So I'm gonna mention yesterday first because I really feel like it attributed for me and how I was today. Yesterday was sunny all day from I woke up like 7 o'clock in the morning or like in the 7 hour, and it was sunny, just completely beautiful and just sunny all day. And had a great day yesterday, busy, very busy, but I had a great day. And the days prior to that has also been kind of bright, not as sunny as yesterday. Yesterday was just completely incredibly beautifully sunny, and today is the complete opposite. Like, there is no sunshine, there is no light at all. It's completely gray, it's miserable. So my dogs are really bothering me. They're just so annoying right now. So anyway, woke up at like before 6:30. My husband's alarm went off and it woke me up. I tried to sleep, I just couldn't. So I just got ready for the day. And it was such a miserable day. I swear to God, I thought when I looked at the time at 9:38, I thought it was 5 o'clock at night. It was just that miserable. Like, I just wanted the day to end. So I've been feeling really off. Very irritated, very crabby, very, like, obviously very incredibly sensitive, and just fatigued. Just incredibly freaking fatigued, just so tired. I feel like my arms feel like they're 500 pounds. My legs are 500 pounds, and every single time I do walk or move, it kills me. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to get off a chair. I don't want to get off the couch. I just don't want to do that. And in the middle of the afternoon, my husband acts the way he does sometimes when either he's too tired or he's too drunk or he's like his blood sugar level is really low, like they forgot to eat. He reacts the same exact way, like overly sensitive and delusionally makes up scenarios that isn't there. So the whole time, all I did was just to pacify it because he was already starting to pick a fight. And I was just telling him, just knock it off. I don't feel good. I already told you this morning. I don't feel good. And even if I was feeling good, I don't know why you need to be acting like this. Like, you're a dad and you're a grown up and you're just like doing this. And the whole time I'm like getting pissed off. And I was just telling him, you just gotta knock this off. And I just walked away. And he tried his best to kind of be better. I heated him up some food, and he got a lot better after eating a lot of food. And it was kind of better after that, but he was still like really, he was like combined extremely tired and hungry for whatever reason. I don't think he ate enough for lunch. So I don't know, like, he didn't say like he was still hungry. So, I gave him like the same amount that I was eating. But then I realized around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was really starving. So I'm like half his size. He's over 6 feet tall, like 6'2", and I'm only 5'6". And if I was already starving at 4, he was probably already starving. And that's why he was acting like that. But, like, I feel like I don't need to be taking care of you when I can barely take care of myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why he has to do that. And it really does upset me. It hurts me incredibly deeply because I feel like he just doesn't love me. I feel like he doesn't care. And I know this is incredibly honest, and I'm just being as honest as possible. And that's what kind of cycle today. My anxiety really went up, and I felt all these emotions of being just targeted and rejected and unloved and hated and anything negative and abrasive and as an attack. That's all I felt. Like, I just felt like I was worthless, you know, all these things. And it was, you know, stemmed off from the way he behaved. So it was just really hard. There was a time that I was trying to pacify the situation, and because we had a confrontation, and let's say it felt like freaking half an hour, but I think it was like 2 minutes. And just that 2 minute time, or not even less than that, just to pacify everything and to calm him down, like, I got really burnt. I had to walk away. I got really woozy. I got really nauseous. And then about a certain amount of time passed, and he was looking for me. And my son and himself were looking for me. And then he found me, and then he's like, what did I do wrong? You know? And so I told him, you know what? Stop thinking that it's about you. This is about me. This is about my brain. My brain is broken. I have PCS. I have anxiety and depression now. And this is all I'm just teetering, and I'm a short fuse today. And I told you that this morning, that I'm having a miserable day, and there's nothing you can do about it. I know that's also attributing to you, making you feel like you're incapable of doing anything, but this is the reality of the situation. Like, I don't know why you should take it out on me. And also, when you bicker with me and you fight with me and you argue with me, it takes a toll physically on me. It makes me physically ill. And he got to see me like that, you know? And it really kind of woke him up a lot. Sometimes I really do feel like my husband just doesn't love me, in the fact that I just don't feel like he does. He tells me that he does. He told me this morning when I told him I'm having a miserable day. But I feel like, you know, enduring PCS and anxiety and depression, you hear that in the background, like, it just feels like it's muffled. But then every teeny tiny bad thing that you feel is kind of not coinciding to that. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but not coinciding with that exactly feels like it's magnified to 1,000,000 to 1,000,000,000. And you just add everything up, and that's just the pain that I feel. I feel it in here, I feel it in here, and I feel it all over myself. I feel it on my skin, and it drives me up the wall. I feel so raw all the time. And I actually had a missed call today from the neurological center that I go to with tests and my doctors, my specialists and things, and I have to call them tomorrow because I had to cancel 3 of my tests due to the fact that I got really sick with a virus. I got really congested. I had the flu, and I couldn't even literally get out of bed. I would get out of bed, and I had to sit on the bed to grab my bearings and walk to the bathroom to relieve myself, or to shower, or to brush my teeth, or something, to just get some water or something. And so my mother-in-law graciously, thankfully, was able to just take care of my son at her house for a few days. And that really, really helped, because I couldn't get out of bed. I was literally in bed, and my husband was going to work. So when he would need, because he works at he works at really weird hours. He works like in the evening to early morning. And so when he would be sleeping, I would just kind of hang around downstairs and not bother him. And when he was getting ready for work, I would just go upstairs and just lie down and just, you know, just get better. But I'm still slightly sick. It's just, I'm just much better than before. I really tried to. I wanted to, like on day 1, I wanted to record everything, and then I kind of looked at it, and it was just a mess. Like, everything was just a complete mess. So I'm sorry, guys. Like, you guys would probably be like, I don't understand what's going on, you know? I didn't get it. So anyway, it's just been like that. And for about an hour, I have been literally shaking in complete and utter anger I was still finishing up with dinner with my son. My husband just pretty much blew it off and just said he ate. He just devoured his food and then just said, I'm going to go to bed. Like, you know, I made the dinner, so he's supposed to put everything away. Like, didn't even put his plate away, like, you know, that kind of thing. And like, I just didn't say anything at all. And I just got really, really angry. And he claims he's gonna do it like tomorrow, but I just got really, really pissed. And he just went to bed, and I just like, you know, made sure my son finished eating and he had his milk and gave him a bath and things like that. And then I just put him to bed, and I wasn't really interacting with him that much. I mean, usually we have like heavy conversations. What I mean about heavy is for a toddler, heavy would be like, you know, we're always back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like a conversation. But when I'm really that angry, I have noticed that what I just prefer to do is just kind of try and breathe and try to relax in my head here and in here. And so that I don't accidentally lash out on my son or the dog or my husband or like anything. I don't like to yell. I don't like to snap at anybody. So that's what I was trying to do. And it worked. It really worked. I just like breathed and I put him in the bathroom. I went across the hall in a different room and just, you know, kept the doors open and just kind of listened from afar. Like, I just couldn't be in the same room. It was just too hard. Him just, you know, bathing and having a great time, playing with his toys it just felt like I was being stabbed in the head every single second, or even more than 1 second, like that, like it was like that. It was just too much. And so I just didn't want to blow out, and I walked away just across the hall. I was just like less than 10 feet away, but maybe like 5 feet away. Just kind of just sat there. You know, that little distance really did help a lot. And so I just did that. I just sat there and just sat there. I didn't do anything. I didn't watch a show. I didn't go online. I didn't play any games. Like, I didn't do anything. I just literally looked at a wall, and that's it. And it really did help. And then of course I put him to bed, and I tried to watch like a show to like calm my nerves down, and also to muffle any kind of sound that was still going on that wasn't the TV, that just sharp, like if my baby was like whining or whatever, or the dogs were whining, like that kind of sharpness in the tone of the sound. It really feels like a knife going through my head. Like, it hurts so much. So I just did that, yanked the volume up into something that wouldn't really have a lot of sharp noises. And after like 5 minutes, I just kind of, you know, like deflated a lot. But I was still really shaky. And so I'm like, you know what? I think this is the right time to start just putting this in a video. So, I remember there was someone that was asking about, we're just gonna hit in with the Q&A. I remember someone asking about how this has affected relationships. From my point of view, I feel like my husband's personality is the way he was just raised. He was just raised with a type of family that really enabled bad behavior, in a sense. Like, I'm not saying like major bad behavior, but like a lot of bad behavior, like bad manners and things like that. Like, they especially on his dad's side, they would just kind of be like, oh, that's cool. Like, don't worry about it. You know, like, if someone else did that, like if I did that, or anybody else that I know did that to one of them, they would want to burn you. Like, literally, like they would want to burn, like they would hate you so much. They would talk nothing but horrible things about you. But because it was one of them that's blood, in-laws, they don't even care. But if it's someone like blood, you can do whatever you want and you can get away with it. Like, I wasn't raised like that. I was raised to have manners, to be polite, to, I mean, obviously we were also encouraged to be ourselves and speak our minds, but also to a certain point. Like, our opinions, to have conversations, yes, we were taught to do that. But, you know, his family is just kind of bizarre. Like, whatever they say goes, and if you don't go with that, they hate you. It's so stupid, and it's like a communist system. It is ridiculous. But so anyway, I feel like he was just kind of brought up in a weird sense and not really given a lot of boundaries and rules and things like that. Like, just no real like guidelines, essentially. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And so before, what would happen if, you know, because, you know, he's a grown up, so he knows what, you know, what right and wrong was, but he would tell me stories about how he was raised and things like that. And some of that will pop up when he is upset, or when there's something really bothering him and he doesn't know how to articulate. He just becomes this, I don't know, this stranger that I can't stand. And so before I had my PCS, that was like really, really extremely rare. Like, I would be able to count that in probably less than one hand for as long as we've known each other. And we've known each other for so long. And my PCS pops in, and it just really magnifies for me. Like, he can't deal with the fact that, this is just my point of view, he can't deal with the fact that I behave a certain way now, that I just can't tolerate certain things, and I don't have the patience for his nonsense, or when he has bad behavior, or just something that my brain just can't wrap around, and I just snap, or I just tell him I don't want to hear that. Or, like, for me, that's a very simple black and white thing to say. He's very, very sensitive, and he doesn't even have PCS. He's a very emotional person. So when he hears that, to him, it's like a freaking 20 daggers to his heart. And I've been trying to explain to him, this has nothing to do with you. I have limitations, and it becomes the vocabulary. I have limitations in how to express myself with words. I have a lot of limitations now. And if I don't say the right word that doesn't hurt your feelings, I don't know what to tell you anymore. Because if I don't have enough words in my brain to be able to say the right words to you, it's not my fault. I'm trying to get better. I've been trying to get better for a while now, and I'm just not there yet. So just be patient. And there are just times where I guess he hits his limit and he just can't take it. And he declines into this childlike behavior, unreasonable, throws a tantrum, essentially. Like, to me, it's like a tantrum. You know, when you talk like adults, you have a specific tone and you discuss things like normal people. But with him, when he gets a certain way, it becomes to the point in which I feel like I need to talk down to him like a child, because there is no reasoning, there is no explanation. He will cut me off, he will just get very defensive, and then he will just attack me for no reason, just because it's in his head. And this is something that I think, for me, it's very tied to PCS. Like, just talking about it like upsets me and aggravates me, because I feel like he knows, we both know there's nothing he can do to help me, and he knows I'm in pain, and he knows I'm hurting all the time. And when he tries his best, a lot of times I just reject him because it's even more painful. And he doesn't understand that it's not him. It's just me. I just hurt. And I get so upset and angry and embarrassed with myself because my husband is trying his best to make me feel better. And I just can't feel it. It's very hard. I feel like when you endure PCS, anxiety, and depression, when you have a relationship, like a romantic relationship, I think it takes a huge toll because when my head is in pain, I'm very, very short with people. And it's not intentional. I just can't. My anxiety kicks in. I have like all these fears that I don't understand. And it really is a merry-go-round of hell. It's a merry-go-round of a nightmare. It's like a hellish nightmare that I just want to wake up from. Every day I wake up and I know I'm not myself. And I push through and I do everything that I know works. And then when it doesn't work, I crash and burn. I literally feel like I'm crashing and burning. And it just makes my skin feel so raw. It feels like I'm being peeled alive. Today was so horrible and so miserable. I was already thinking of like, it wasn't even something that I wanted to think about. It was just things that popped in my head, like how to kill myself, how to end all this pain, how to just stop hurting everybody. The worst part is that no matter what, like for example, like I'm really hurt in a situation and then I cool down X amount of time later. I honestly don't care what that was. But in the moment, it gets to be so heated and so painful. And it's something you can't really rewind and erase. You can't just go back, edit, take it off. You can't do any of that. That's not how life works. And I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I beat myself up all the time. When I do something wrong, I always beat myself up, and that's my personality. And now it's just magnified. So, I don't recognize myself a lot. And here's the horrible thing, and someone mentioned this before, when you have like a great day and you feel like yourself again, it hurts so much when you crash and burn because you are so hopeful. And for me, I was very hopeful and I was excited and so happy and so elated that I feel better. I was just thinking that last week. I feel better. I feel so much better. I feel so better. And then in about less than 2 weeks, I just want to die. I just want to die and end it all. Like, don't know about anybody else, but for me, I feel like when I start to feel better, I really grasp on that, and I really hold on to that, and I really just get tunnel vision. And then when the tunnel freaking collapses, I collapse with it. I can't see anything aside from the rubble and being stuck in this miserable, dangerous place. And yeah, I guess those are the two questions. First question, has PCS, anxiety, and depression, which actually came from PCS, which the anxiety and depression came from, has it affected relationships? That's your answer. And have you ever felt like you're better and you feel great and you feel like yourself again, and then you crash and burn? That's another question. How does that feel? So that's how it feels for me. I don't know what to say, actually. I wanted to say something, and then I don't know. So yeah, having relationships, romantic friendships, it's hard. It's taking a toll. What I do though is when I talk to people and something like pops, like I feel like a wall pops up, you know, and then I don't feel right. I always try and explain I have PCS, and then if they have any questions, I try to answer them. But I'm always very honest about it, because I'm sick and tired of making people feel awful because of my problems. I just want this to go away. I just don't know why. Why can't I just take like one pill and everything's gone, or for the rest of my life, or take a shot, everything's gone for the rest of my life, or if I have to do it once a year or whatever. I hope it won't really be super crazy expensive that you can't really keep up with it, you know? That was the thing that happened with me last year was, my treatments were getting really expensive. And I even have the really good insurance in my PCS groups. A lot of people were saying that a lot of tests that they take after insurance is $5,000, $10,000, things like that. For me, it's not even that high. And anything that I make off of my channel, which I haven't really made anything yet. I haven't had a paycheck from YouTube yet. I always plan to put that in my medical expenses. But since I've never had a paycheck, we've just been paying it out of pocket. And so last year I had to stop mid-year because it was just expensive. Everything was $200. And I had to go to 2 specialists, and then they had to see me more than once. And then I had to take all these tests, and then I had to go to a therapy session, and all of those like add up, you know? Like I went to the doctor, I think 3 or 4 times, so that's already $800, right? And then you have to pay the copay. So that's extra, but like the paper bill that I get, $200. And then each test, $200. And then I took a few tests last year, like 2 or 3, so that's 800, so it'll be like $1,200 already. And then I don't know what else I did. Oh, I had to go to I was also going to my regular doctor, and you know, all these expenses. It's just hard. And I tried, I have a GoFundMe account down. It's just for medical expenses, really. And it's really, I feel like the financial part of medical in the United States is very corrupt. And I feel like people who are unwell really should be treated, and we shouldn't have such a high bill. We shouldn't even have like a bill at all, maybe $5 or something, and insurance should be able to take care of it. But for whatever reason, that's not really the case, and that really is what takes a toll, you know? I mean, I didn't get any more treatment for five to 7 months, and I was going test after test after test, which I had to cancel 2 tests because I got the flu and I couldn't even get out of bed. So with that, I don't even know I don't even know what to do. I gotta call them tomorrow and ask them what's going on. I need to set up my doctor's appointment and see what's going on so I can set up my therapy, because I'm getting the bills and they're piling up and they're not cheap and they're not free. And I think I'm already like 4 figures in. And it's not even like it's not even like the middle of the year yet, And this is after insurance. This isn't without insurance yet. This is after insurance. Like, it's really super expensive, and I do need the right therapy to go through that, because that's what my doctors were saying. They needed all the tests so that they can determine which therapy to go in best so I could get better. Also, I do have an update in regards to the law firm. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous vlog, or again, I lose time. But they reached out to me and they said they're ongoing the appeal, and I have a caseworker, which is someone I've never met before or spoke on the phone before. And the person I spoke with was someone that I didn't speak before for the first time. And they sent me some documents, but I have been very, very sick. I haven't even opened them yet. One of them is to let me know what's going on. The other one is to let me know information of the caseworker and our case manager. I think that's what she said, case manager. And if anything changes or I have updates, I have to contact that person and let them know. Right now, I'm not feeling really well. And I just got the letter like a couple days ago. So I'm going to try and reach out to the Neurological Institute maybe tomorrow, and sign up for stuff like tests, doctor's appointment and things like that, and just get this ball rolling. And then I gotta let my case manager know, because I'm trying to appeal my case in regards to Social Security. I'm hoping I'm going to get approved so that I can continue my my healing process, and I don't have to stop and burden my family with the expenses, because we're a growing family and we got expenses, we got bills to pay, and adding really expensive medical bills is not really something that I want that much of a burden. So I know this is getting a little too long, but man, I feel horrible. I feel miserable right now. When I lie down, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to sleep. Right now, I feel like I really just don't want to wake up. Yeah, I'm talking about making plans and things like that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People always say, like in TV shows and movies, oh, that person was making plans. They're not going to kill themselves. It's not true. They're saying that for me, it's to encourage myself to keep going. But if the pain is going to overcome me, the plans don't mean anything. Just being honest. I hope this has connected with at least one person battling with PCS and or anxiety and or depression, because I just want to tell you, you're not alone. I'm here, and I know how painful it is. I want to spread as much awareness as possible. I just feel like PCS or post-concussion syndrome is just really set aside and just not really taken that seriously. And because of that, a lot of people who have medical care don't even get the right care because it's not really taken that seriously. It's considered more of a close to the elective section. And it really isn't an elective section. If you're becoming this person that is something that scares you yourself, that is not an elective person. I mean, that is not an elective ailment. It's not something like that we want. It's something that we need to get taken care of. So I hope this reaches someone who suffers like me, or a family member or a loved one, or a friend or a neighbor. Please share, and I'm going to vlog once a week for this. Please share, spread awareness, because I really wanna push this, and I'm trying my very best on my end. And word of mouth is always best. So watch my videos, share my videos, encourage conversations. So just be a lot more aware. Just always remember, if somebody is hurting because of PCS and you feel offended, you need to brace yourself and you need to be brave, because that person needs you to be strong more than you need to get an apology for your feelings that are getting hurt. What we have compared to what you have is significantly more. Your feelings are hurt. Ours, we feel like we're being stabbed or beaten, physically beaten. And that's how we live every day. So yes, you're hurt. If your feelings are hurt, let us calm down. Let us get a little bit better, and then talk to us. And then, like for me, I would apologize, no problem. So just give us a little time, please. Don't expect it right away. We're not a scripted character. This is not scripted. We're not, not everything is on cue. We're gonna need to be able to pacify ourselves by ourselves, get better, things like that. And then it has to have perfect variables, and then we can talk about it. So be patient, please, and be strong. You're going to be much stronger than we are. We're not going to be strong at all. You know why? Why I know that is because me having suicidal thoughts is not a strong thing. Me wanting to end everything, me just snapping for no reason, me just snapping for the smallest things, I don't think it's strong. I think it's weak. And so just please be a lot more understanding, and we will be very grateful and love you for that. I know I will. So please share awareness, spread awareness, share my vlogs. I have one a week. Share all of them. They're going to be different every time. There's going to be similarities, of course, because it's all about the same topic. But spread awareness and be more understanding. That's all I ask. I hope you guys found my video informational. I don't even know if that's the right word. Benefiting your situation in any way. I hope you hit the like button. If you want to have a conversation about this, feel free to do so. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Literally today, I just got updated with comments from days and weeks ago, which I never got notifications for, just so you know. I hope that you enjoy this, so you're going to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every single time I upload a new video, unless you haven't yet. Also, just spread awareness. And again, if you feel down, get one of my videos, watch it. You still need to make a comment, make a comment. You still need to want a conversation, put a comment in there. If it's not enough, I have more than 1 or 2 or 3 videos out already. I have a lot now. So watch all of them. That can make you feel better. Like knowing, trying to share a burden with someone else that's going through what I'm going through. That helps me. So maybe that can help you too. That helps me a lot. So thank you guys so much for the encouragement, the beautiful words, the notes, the letters, the emails, the direct messages, the private messages, the Facebook messages, the comments, everything. Thank you so much. Like, it really helps a lot. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys next time, and hopefully next week I won't be so miserable. Thanks, guys.